Oh, I wasn't sure if he was like setting it up before he hit record. Good call, Ash. Would have
Yeah,
been like 30 minutes in. I would have forgotten to say something.
yeah. So let's try that again. I want to go ahead and thank everybody. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for going ahead and tuning in and watching us on TikTok and Twitch live. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. We are Comix Podcast, and this is episode 91. We are 9 short of 100.
Damn.
Yeah, episode 91. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce everybody, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on the show. So with that being said, I am Esteban. I'm your host. I'm your moderator this evening, or whenever you guys are listening to this or watching this on YouTube. The beautiful man to my left is Luis. Say what's up, Luis. There you go. And the beautiful man right under Luis is Ash. There's a
still billing.
What's that?
You give me the same billing. I was expecting majestic.
Well, you're both beautiful people in my eyes.
Oh,
all right.
Well, you are glasses.
Let's if we're both beautiful, then nobody's beautiful. That sucks.
Wow. 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 Just took it right out.
What happened?
Nope. Nothing.
You sure didn't. Father, 3 times.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
He's I know. It feels so much better. Moving on.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to Ash. He is our drink of the evening. Ash, what are you drinking, man?
I am drinking Kong Double Haze. Double Haze.
Ooh, it's a
from
hazy
Barrel
IPA.
House Brewing Company.
Nice.
It's very good. This is actually, I'm not even hating. Like usually IPAs I'm sipping, but this is a smoother IPA. This is like it's not so goddamn. It's right after you said you don't take it out. It's not so thick, and it's not so like IPA, like it's like bitter
Hops,
and just,
the bitter hops.
Yeah.
Is it like when you take a sip out of it, is it real girthy in your mouth?
Not real girthy.
Oh,
it's more lengthy.
Oh, nice.
Still talking about beer?
I love that the can is the actual like Donkey Kong.
Luis is so confused. Are we still talking about beer?
And it's funny. I played Donkey Kong Jr. before I realized Donkey Kong. Like I played Super Mario Brothers, but I didn't play Donkey Kong. And he was like kind of always the bad guy or whatever. And then after Super Mario Brothers, when they started coming out with games that were in the arcade but a Nintendo version of it, that's when I got introduced to actual Kong. But they have Atari has Kong, right? Or is that the OG, right?
I think Kong was always Nintendo, wasn't it?
I couldn't answer that. I knew it was an arcade, but I don't know if it was exclusive to the arcade.
It was
not sure.
Like a Tron version of. Okay, well, yeah, I don't want to get that wrong. Any nerds out there, as a fellow nerd, please let us know.
Fellow nerds, yeah,
absolutely. It's very good. I liked it a lot. It's a lot lighter than normal IPAs. I don't know if it's maybe because it's a double haze IPA.
It's because it's a hazy. The hazy IPAs have like a less hop taste.
Yeah.
But the alcohol content is still pretty high. Well, what's the percentage on that thing? 7 or 8?
Might be on the side of the can, dude.
2.
What?
8.2.
Get you drunk.
Okay. I know I get slaughtered on this show, but ABV. Alcohol
by APV?
ABV. I'm guessing alcohol, not beverage.
Alcohol by volume.
By volume.
Yeah.
Okay, so then 8.2.
He said P. I'm like, oh, it's the
yeah, that's why I'm like, ooh.
Poop.
Alcohol
in your poop.
Volume.
TDH level 23. I don't know if that means anything to beer drinkers. Very cool. It's an absolute can that I'm gonna. If the can is cool enough, I or the bottle is cool enough, I usually keep it. So even when we're doing this with just Andreas, remember when he would get us 3?
Not his name.
I did forget his name. When he would show up with like 3 so we could all try it. And it was a cool bottle, so I kept it. Like this is a keeper.
I dig it.
Okay.
Thank you for partaking and thank you for sharing with us, sir.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'll drink alcohol for you guys anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also has a hop score of 10 IBUS. IBUS. I don't know what's part of the can. What's beer snobs would know.
I do.
Andres would probably be like, that means blah 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 blah. And then he'd yell at me. I miss you, Andres.
Bravo. I miss you, Andres. Well, I mean, see, that's the problem where I live. I mean, obviously, I don't live that far from you, but there's not like a lot of the liquor stores don't carry a lot of like different things. You know what I mean? It's the typical, and which isn't bad. Like, you know, Modelo is good. You know, what's that?
The Bevmo or nothing.
No, yeah, there's a Bevmo. It's like maybe 20, 30 minutes out, you know.
Ooh, it's a waste. It's a drive.
Yeah, you know, so I'm just kind of like, you know, there is this app that I saw called Tovar or Tuvar or something along those lines. And what you can do is you can pretty much order beer from across the US, even across the country, and they'll ship it to you. Yeah, they'll ship it to you. It's like a subscription thing. So
you know what? I mean, I know that's probably it's feeding like not a good habit, but that's such a bad like I think one of the worst parts about liking beer so much is that you drink it, then it's gone, and then the next day when you want one and you don't have anymore. So a subscription base, heaven.
Yeah. So I've been meaning to check it out, but haven't really come across it. Like I downloaded the app and I know, right? I downloaded the app and like I kind of browse and stuff like that. So you know, I'm down to try new and different things. You know,
what time did the restaurant close?
Huh?
What time did the restaurant close?
I don't know why.
Okay.
The chair's behind you.
Oh, I think I mopped.
Oh my bad, Doc. Closing.
I just pulled doors.
Without fail, I would always go in to try to make myself something, and my grandma was just mopped or is mopping, and I never realized the frustration. Like, I just mopped, and you're like, okay, well, so, and then you mop yourself, and then your grandpa walks in or something. You're like, I just mopped. Like you turn into them. I don't know. Like, fuck, I just did that.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Also, this is when I don't live with my grandparents.
No, I know. Yeah, he's putting it out to the world.
Yeah,
everyone that's on TikTok live and our on our Twitch live. I don't live with my grandparents anymore.
I moved out yesterday.
My old man.
I'm my old man. They're my roommates now.
They live with me.
So this is the part of the show where we go ahead and kick it over to Luis. What we typically do is since we have our socials, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, we usually post things obviously on the regular. So if you guys like some of our stuff, you guys share it, you guys comment on it. We typically read out the comments on the next following show. So if there's anything that you guys want to comment on or anything that you see while we're recording or on the episode on YouTube, and you just want to go ahead and debate us in regards to certain things, leave us a comment. We'll go definitely read it on the show. Luis, what do we got this week for comments?
So this week we have comment quiet, actually. So our views went up, which is great. So y'all clicking. We appreciate you guys. We got some of your thumbs up. We got 115 views on episode 88. So so thank you everybody that's continuing to support what we got going on over here. But just like Esteban was saying, honestly, we really encourage feedback. There's no such thing as bad feedback. Like, please, with whatever it is that we're saying, whether you don't like our explanation of a hazy IPA, you have your own favorite hazy IPA.
Exactly where you went. That's where you went.
You don't like Ash's backdrops. You don't like Ash's mic. You can't believe that Ash hasn't gone to the whatever you guys want to talk about. Please.
Thanks, Luis.
Not to be super trendy, but comment below. Let us know.
Nice.
Comment below. Let us know. Fucking rhyme. That's how it's gonna work.
Do you not know that that's what everybody says?
No, I don't live on TikTok.
I was like, I ripped it off like everybody, but it's my own and it rhymes. Comment below. Let us know. And we love you. Back to you, Stefan.
Thank you very much, sir. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on go ahead and get kick started into the show. We got a few things going on, a few shocking things, other things that are like, really, we're still doing this?
You ran right over me.
What's that?
Is the hairstyle because you just saw Sandman, or are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
So, this is me now, babe. Messy hair, and I'm gonna get yoked.
I'm gonna get no shit. So everybody that's watching us on TikTok, go ahead and throw some likes in there. We really do appreciate it, just to kind of go ahead and get our name around the entire TikTok community. Ultimate goal, really, for us in doing this is red carpet. You know, Marvel, let us know. DC, maybe not so much DC, but Marvel, let us know.
DC might say yes before Marvel, so
I don't know shit, right? Speaking of DC, the mess that they're actually in right now.
I feel like I was about to pick up his phone. He's like, "Not you, DC." Oh. My favorite podcast doesn't want me there.
Ooh, Gal Gadot was all. Oh no! Wait.
Speaking of DC, more shows being canceled by DC. The critically acclaimed, and I'm not kidding you, this apparently was one of their go-to shows that the WB execs were very excited for. That was going to be coming out on CW. Luis, don't laugh. Gotham Knights. That's what they were looking forward to. They were looking forward to Gotham Knights to go ahead and show up on the CW. Well, thankfully, it's been canceled, even before any premieres.
That might have been too soon.
A little too soon. So Gotham Knights has been canceled. That's the new show that's been added to the chopping block for the entire merger that's taking place right now with DC and with Warner Brothers Discovery. What's up?
Here is my hope.
Yeah,
is that
high hopes.
They did everything. I do wish all the movies came out and then they went, they don't count. But they wouldn't, because maybe, like, I read something that said, is it the Michael Keaton curse? And I was like, fuck you, dude. There is no Michael Keaton curse. Like, fuck you. To this day, the only two good Batmans are Batman and Batman Returns for a lot of fucking people. So, like,
I aggressively disagree.
Huh? No, to a lot of people. I'm not saying me. I clearly am always Keaton, but like Batfleck won me over. Even fucking Pattinson, like, I'm willing to accept. But that was at a time when it was gonna be Keaton. It was like a cake and eat it too kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
My hope is that there is a quote Kevin Feige that's like, I have it. This is where it's gonna go. It's gonna be like this, and explain it to them to where it's like, these can't go out there because we have to start like now, like to play up, to play whatever. Because it was even said that I know we're not talking about Gotham Knights, but it was even said that even though they're not releasing the movie, that Batgirl is going to be Batgirl, or they're looking for her.
The same actress.
So her movie's not coming out. Like, maybe somebody went to them and was like, Batgirl into fucking Batman into fucking, like, can figure out a way to Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, like, they figured out something. But at the same time, like what we said about Uncharted, like, if your plan starts in a year and it's a 10-year plan, you know, some people are 50 now that still look that maybe not, you know, won't be as great in 10 years, or may even have, you know, play the new Bond or may play the new, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like they may have other obligations and not, you know, we're gonna release the new Wonder Woman in 2027. Like, are you really gonna wait for fucking 5 years to play the role that you've already been, you know what I mean? Like, at least Flashpoint would have made it to where, okay, Aquaman and Wonder Woman worked. You know, like we could make it like a mix and mash of everybody's fucking
right.
That works. Even if they did a Flashpoint where like, you know, Earth 1, Earth 3, Earth whatever, blah blah blah. Like these are they only managed to save one Earth, and it's the Earth 2 fucking Flash. It's the, you know what I mean? Like they could have really made it fucking work, just so that you have Gal Gadot, you have Jason Momoa, like everybody that's been working. And it's fucking weird that, oh, I'm so good at Batfleck, fuck you Batfleck, and what all that shit. And then we're getting Keaton back, but the big news is we saw him in the trailer, and all the Keaton was gonna get scrapped for his scenes, and that's like the new uproar. Like that's the new, we're getting fucking Batfleck. Like,
yeah,
you're the same motherfuckers that were talking shit about Martha, bro. Fucking, like, you know.
Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, like even Justice League, like it's just stupid. It's just fucking dumb. And I really feel like it's an investment. Like, what if Gotham Knights did work? You're already established that they're all different worlds, unless they're going to go the Marvel route where Shield goes into,
and that's the thing, is that with the what's it called, the call that Warner Brothers Discovery had last week, the investor call that took place, they were very adamant in saying that they have a 10-year plan, that that their pillars, the pillars of DC, are Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. They said Superman, not Supergirl, you know. So Trinity. Yeah, the Trinity, you know, the DC Trinity. So that's their pillars, their three major pillars. But aside from that, they didn't really say that, you know, Gal Gadot's coming back, or Henry Cavill's back, or, you know, we have Ben Affleck coming back. They just said that those three are the pillars. So which means that, yes, we're probably going to get another Batman movie, that we're probably going to get another Superman movie, that, you know, that could kickstart. But to your point, Ash, yeah, Henry Cavill's not young anymore. You know, Gal Gadot is not young anymore, you know, so it's exactly, you know, so it could very well be that, you know, with something like that they may not be, you know, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman for much longer. You know what I mean?
Right, having used to do so.
Right, exactly. And I think what ended up happening, why Batgirl was scrapped, because remember, Batgirl was supposed to introduce Supergirl. I think when they got scrapped, the executive saw it.
Benoist? I know her last name's Benoist.
Melissa, yeah, that one already got canceled.
Wow.
Yeah, the only from the Arrowverse, the only one that's still standing is Flash, and it's going on its 9th season, and they already said that its 9th season is going to be the last season. So
it's really sad too, because do you guys remember, what was it, a year and a half ago, where the Zoom meeting where they told that girl that she was going to play Supergirl?
Yeah,
and that went viral, and it was such a charming clip, because you can see how much it meant to her and what she wanted to represent in that role, and like it gave me the touchy feelies. I'm like, hell yeah, this is fucking great. And then it's like, yeah, so all that's not happening.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that I think the execs saw that and they saw, oh, Batgirl and Supergirl are going to be the pillars. Like, no, it's Batman and Superman. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure that the execs see Batgirl and Supergirl as side characters, unfortunately. You know, so that's probably why they ended up doing that. you know, not saying that they're not going to come back or that they're not going to be featured in another film or wherever, but you know, they don't see, as they consider them as side characters or sidekicks, as carrying an entire universe.
It all started Marvel started with Iron Man. And he wasn't fucking Captain America. He wasn't Spider-Man. He wasn't.
Bro, but that's the thing. When Marvel started, it was Iron Man wasn't an A-list superhero. Iron Man was considered a D-list superhero. So was Captain America. Captain America was also considered a C or a B or C-list character. Really? Yes. Why? Because Why? Because what was in the front running was X-Men. X-Men was the front running. Everyone wanted to be an X-Men. You know, that's where Spider-Man. It was.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, so X-Men, Spider-Man, you know, those were the A-list. So
those were the ones that were sold off and they could sell, and then Marvel made
exactly
a universe out of the people that they kept.
Yep.
Exactly. Damn. So Iron Man is now an A-lister.
Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing. Started from the bottom, over here.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So that's where we're at. So I mean, if you look at the entire history of Marvel and what they've done, you know, and the bumpy road that they've gone through with canceling Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the whole Netflix universe being canceled, but now coming back somehow, you know, things like that, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just one thing after another where, you know, yeah, they had bumps in the road. Yeah, they had quote unquote movie failures like Thor: The Dark World, you know, and then some may consider that Thor: Love and Thunder is not. What's that?
I like Dark World.
Well, I'm just saying it's not critically. Yeah.
It was almost like a buddy cop movie, that was the beginning of Thor and Loki being brothers. It wasn't all fucking, oh, I hate you, brother. It was all fucking you know, the thing that he had with Hulk, it was the beginning of
exactly.
But I'll never tell you kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is that it's that, you know, it was the foundation. They were the foundation, you know, and then now if you look at it, we're in an era right now in Marvel where we're getting nothing but side characters. If you really think about it, Ironheart isn't a well-rounded name, you know. Namor's being introduced for the first time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and people are flocking to him because of the representation that he's bringing in Wakanda Forever.
Not to mention, they're bringing in Sam as Captain America.
Exactly.
They're already that level. That's how much they're not in mind. Yeah.
Keep this in mind. And Luis, correct me if I'm wrong. Sam Wilson being Captain America is not something that happened in the 90s or in the early 2000s. This was early 2010s.
Yeah.
That the mantle was passed to Sam Wilson. So this isn't anything that has been oh my God, you know, this is still fairly new, you know.
And that's what's interesting about this phase of movies is that prior it was all the fucking classics, you know, the Phoenix, Rise of the Phoenix for the X-Men storyline, which is a famous storyline. And then
haven't gotten it right twice.
Yeah.
True. But it's these famous storylines that it's this is based off, and even Civil War was a reach because that was in the early 2000s, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, but I remember when they announced that, I was oh, that's a relatively recent comic. And then when they did Spider-Verse, at that time, it was about 10 years old. It wasn't that old. And it's wow,
exactly.
they're really fucking adopting this. And so now we're going into Ironheart. I want to say maybe a little over 5 years old. It's not that old of a thing.
Yeah,
it's all with the new Avengers, with the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I'm in for the ride. It's just, but yeah, these stories haven't been tested by what's the word? It hasn't gone through the test of time. So we don't know if it's oh, it's cool now. Is it always going to be cool? But I don't know. It's
even Ms. Marvel, which the first 2 episodes are very Saved by the Bell, but by the time you get to her history, her
Yeah.
like what we're going through, and like here's how she can't even have the power. The mom went from the Footloose dad, the dad from Footloose, to accepting and being like the number one fucking cheerleader. Spoiler, number one cheerleader, and then that was like all because she was so fucking. Then she explains how fucking hard, why she was hard, and then her mom was so carefree, so she had to be this, which made her granddaughter carefree, like her, like just the balance of like, you know, no matter what, you always try to have your own personality. So if your dad was this, then you can be that, but you're still gonna try to not be your dad or your mom or your whatever. Then the reverse of that is your kid is gonna be exactly what you've been avoiding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's how good Marvel has it. It's like I tapped out. I told you after the dance of Peacemaker.
It's the opening, bro. That's the intro.
I'm mad at you for tapping out at that.
That's the intro. But you can skip the intro.
This makes me angry.
Sparrows and Umbrella. I was like, I don't know why this works better for me.
Because it was Footloose. That's why.
But I don't know if it was that or if it was this guy that raised both of them still did the same things. And that was almost like a bonding moment because they're both smiling at each other. Even when they're battling. Like they were all brothers and sisters. Like, I know we're getting into everything, but like, I don't know, man. It's just, I will get into it. And I kind of feel like I bring this up every time. I feel like Peacemaker tried to be like, this is everything. Now love them. And I was like, yeah, I need more like episode 2.
Give it 3 episodes.
Yeah, I will.
You literally made it to the intro and then you tapped.
You're like, fuck this.
You don't see Terminator. No, you don't see T2 fucking dancing. Like, and I did. Call to John now is not fucking. No.
As he's dancing, call to John now.
You don't realize. Realize how like you'll appreciate if skip intro, watch 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Skip intro every time. Watch the series.
Every intro?
Yeah, it's always the intro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's only the intro.
Skip intro every time. Watch the whole series and then watch it. It's amazing. It's great.
Yeah. It's really good. It's a really good show. Okay. Speaking of go ahead.
That's the only thing I was trying to say was Marvel has a lot of fucking rope and DC just I don't know. I mean, they're gonna even when they have the one good movie, like the Joker was Academy Award, like they still don't. You worked. Let's go from here. They still try to, and just nothing works. And it's like, I don't know if you're trying to build a world, but maybe don't build a world.
Right.
Maybe graphic novel it where this is that world. This is that world. It's that Joker. This is this Joker. Just like when I saw Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, I was like, oh, Margot Robbie. Like, and Suicide Squad 2 worked, even though Suicide Squad 1 did not. But it's like, you still want, again, you try to make what's working. All right. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm doing my don't change my shit rant. But it is. It's like, how do you fucking make Harley Quinn work? And at so many points, there are spin-offs. There is the people they just established in fucking Suicide Squad 2 that work, that could all have fucking spin-offs. Now that can't happen because you just gave us now another Harley Quinn. And fucking Margot Robbie, fucking Wolf of Wall Street, fucking everything she's ever done. You're telling me you
But
can't
remember, they're not recasting her. That's what DC's trying to. That's what they're probably trying to do. They're trying to say that this is all separate. So whether because Joker 2 was greenlit before everything ended up taking place, yeah, could they have gutted it and completely canceled it? Absolutely. But they saw how much money the first Joker made. They're not gonna do that because Todd Phillips is back, Joaquin Phoenix is back, and now they're adding Lady Gaga to the mix. No, man, like that they'd be stupid to kill that, to kill that movie, you know? And that's what I'm saying. So
smart to make it all different worlds. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Is there a possibility that they might do that? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a possibility that this Joker might live in its own world, and there's a possibility that there is no Batman, in this universe, so it depends. I mean,
what if it was Joker just running wild for 3 movies, and at the very end, it's just somebody putting on the fucking mantle, and that's all we are left with. And then everything else is his story. Like everything that we know now is the story of Batman versus Joker. Like, but they never have, you know what I mean? Like, even in Gotham, like it's fucking Jim Gordon dealing with it until he can't. And it was like, I have the whole fucking police, and I still can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really depends. It really depends, especially if we're following along the whole Ezra Miller show that's going on now, and that piece of shit that's happening right now. If you guys haven't heard, he's been charged already with felony burglary in Vermont. So this is like this is like strike 3 for this guy, and unfortunately, seeing it that way, where Ezra Miller, this is already his 3rd strike. I mean, if you really think about it, his 3rd strike, and they're still DC still looking at going through with the Flash film.
Come on, we're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, Warner Brothers DC or Warner Brothers Discovery, right now they have 3 options. Okay, they got 3 options. Option 1, Ezra Miller gets help. The movie's released with limited press. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2, Ezra Miller doesn't get help. Movie's released, minimal publicity, and then Ezra Miller's recast. That's option number 2. Option number 3, which is the worst case scenario. Okay, if the worst case scenario for the Flash film, Ezra Miller continues to go off rails, continues to worsen. The movie is completely 100% scrapped. There is no possibility of reshooting because of the amount of scenes that Ezra Miller is in, and it's going to cost them a shit ton of money. And to be quite honest, everybody that's watching, on TikTok and on Twitch, let's be honest. You will not spend money to do the reshoots, but you'll be damn sure to spend money to fucking digitally edit and remove Henry Cavill's mustache for the Justice League shoots. Like, what the fuck, man? Let's be honest. You would rather throw money to spend other millions of dollars to digitally remove a mustache where you've seen now what it looks like, and it looks like shit, than to recast and reshoot the Ezra Miller's parts. I don't understand that at all. I really don't. So that's where DC Discover or Warner Brothers Discovery is at right now in regards to the whole Ezra Miller thing and the Flash coming. Remember, the Flash is due to be released in November. So
already been paid. So it's not like maybe he has a percentage, but he's not Robert De Niro, so I don't think it's like that level yet. You really, Ezra Miller goes into Flashpoint, your new guy comes out. That's all you fucking have to do. That's really all. Or again, like I said, Ezra Miller fucking starts Flashpoint, and whoever you choose is the guy that makes it out of Flashpoint.
Right.
Thank Gustin. Oh,
Really? Well, I would love for it to be him, only because
he's already established.
down once we yeah, it's already a letdown. Once like fucking Stephen Amell would have held Green Arrow down for fucking life, and you fucked that up just because you fucking thought of Charlie Hunnam. We all did, but.
Well, I don't think it was that, was it? Wasn't it like Stephen Amell like said something or some shit like that and pissed somebody off over at Warner Brothers? And
he started campaigning of like bring the Arrow to the Justice League, and like at the very beginning of it, he started campaigning heavy, and he took like pictures with some of the Justice League folks, and then like within a month or so, he was just like, I'm very happy to have a different universe. Like we're our own universe. And like, it almost seemed like an apology post, but it was very like, oh, they're their own thing. We're our own thing. And that's all cool. Like, but prior to that, he was very heavy, like hashtag Arrow in the Justice League or whatever.
But that Arrow and Grant Gustin would be so happy to be working in a franchise and so happy to be like, I'm gonna go old. They're your TikTok, getting all the fucking people to be involved in the shit that you're involved in. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like the relationship between Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. It's all the kids loves fucking Spider-Man, and how we would all react to RDJ, but he established himself. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, it could have been really great to just like, even why can't I remember his name? The guy right under Nick Fury.
Coulson?
He was like the established link between all the fucking movies.
Right.
It's amazing. It's like, that doesn't even get enough credit. Like, before we think about what goes into every movie, like, he was the guy that was in every movie. When he fucking found Thor's hammer, like, it was a big deal. Like, it's so good. Like, even in part 2 or 3, when he was the young guy, learning, like, he's the one guy that can call Nick Fury. Like, that's pretty much what it is. Like, when you can't handle it, it's Nick Fury.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, is that this is the waiting game at this point for the Flash film. You know, we're playing the waiting game. We don't know what's going to end up happening. We don't know between those 3 different options that W Discovery has. You know, it could go one of 2 ways. But I always laugh because when I see Ezra Miller in the news, I laugh because my brain immediately goes, and it lives rent free in my fucking head. The scene in Liar Liar where Jim Carrey grabs the phone and he yells at the phone and he goes, "Stop breaking the law, asshole!" Like, that's it. You know, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's fucking rent free. You know, every time I see Ezra Miller, that's the one thing that I go to. You know, is that
but choke slamming bitches in Hawaii and in New Zealand or wherever that was.
Stop breaking into, you know, Ezra Miller's the boogeyman at this point. It's just like, can you just check, you know, your kid's going to bed, can you check my closet, make sure that Ezra Miller's not in there? Fuck. You know, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, seriously, like, Ezra Miller, he's a fucking creep, man.
Yeah.
So.
And the movies, you just don't see it. But when he did that video, like, no, go ahead and film it. And that weird,
like, that glazed over look on his face.
Oh, bro, no. Are you filming right now? I can kick your ass. Like, all that weird thing. Like,
dude, that's drugs. That's heavy drugs.
Oh no, bro.
Telling you, dude. Like, if anything, what I would love to see is it, just to kind of put it all to bed, is Crisis on Infinite Earth. If a lot of people don't know, Crisis on Infinite Earth was a comic book series that came out in the, like, I think either late 80s or the 90s. In order to save the world, Barry Allen has to die, you know. So if they do that and they just kill him off, but somehow they bring in Wally West at that point, fucking done, dude.
Done.
Like, that's perfect. And
Yeah.
how dope would it be is if Wally West is Grant Gustin?
Jizz.
Like, that shit would be dope, right?
Yeah.
But Wally West, but in Kid Flash's outfit. Because it's part of the movie, or part of the what am I thinking? The guy that raised him is West, right? Come on, help me out. The
Oh, Iris's dad?
thank you. Fuck, you fucking left me hanging for fucking so long. Irish's dad is a West, and that's how they got Kid Flash. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be like a cool, subtle nod.
So angry about it.
I know. You guys left me hanging.
Not intentionally.
I know. What were you gonna say, Luis?
What if, because you know how they keep poaching each other's actors, Wally, because in the comic book Wally West is a redhead. What if they get the kid from
Joker?
Fallen Order? Yeah, Star Wars Fallen Order. Dude.
What's his name's fuck. Yeah, the guy that plays Cal Kestis. Yeah.
I was like Cal something, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was the young
Cameron Monaghan.
Oh yeah. Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
He played Jerome in Gotham, and then like like their version of the Joker or whatever, you know. Yeah. That'd be dope. That'd be hilarious.
really good. Again, you got to start from somewhere, so it's like you're not going to be full on Joker,
right?
So like, Penguin was a great ass Penguin in Gotham too. So, and in Gotham, he was establishing to where he can have the Ice House Club, not Ice House.
Oh, sure, yeah,
right. Like, because he was friends with everybody, didn't sell anybody out, but just kind of, the gaudy.
He was biding his time. That's all he was doing. So, hey, Luis, how do you feel about John Barenthal coming back as the Punisher?
Really good.
My butthole tightened from all the hot sauce I'm gonna intake.
Puckered up your butthole.
I am very happy though. John Barenthal, I thought, was an amazing Punisher. I very much enjoy what he's in. He's in a show right now on HBO Max called We Own This City.
Yes.
And he plays a piece of shit cop, but I still enjoy watching it because like he has such a charisma. Even when he's the villain, he's very charismatic.
Yeah.
I'm in love with him.
I knew it.
But yeah, I know.
In the background right now.
It's exciting.
Hey babe, you want another beer?
He just takes he takes the top off of the bottle with his bicep.
Here you go.
You go, bro. But yeah, no, it's exciting. Very exciting. Just I thought he did a very good job, and just his actor, he has it.
Yeah. Did you hear how the news was revealed?
No.
Rosario Dawson revealed it at C2E2 in Chicago.
By mistake?
Yeah.
No.
And then she tweeted after, she goes, "Oh, I can't be trusted with anything."
Oh no.
But you know what, man? You know what? To be quite honest, it's like stuff like that. It's like DC falls back, and then Marvel does something and then it reveals something new, like this, Punisher coming back. So honestly, dude, I think that's a big fuck you from Kevin Feige to, DC, just saying, you guys are fucking up, but you know what? We're gonna go ahead and leave all these little breadcrumbs for you guys, for everyone. You know what I mean? So I thought it was kind of cool, but and then for her to kind of admit and be like, I can't be trusted with shit,
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
The studio execs and everything put the trust into a nerd that has done the research and knows like Jon Favreau, like it's so cool that I can make this go into this. Like even in Star Wars, like he's done the research either through watching or and Marvel could leave all the fuck yous ever and they still try to fucking do what they're doing. Like that's the whole point I've been trying to say is create different worlds and just that's the one thing they're not doing. And just everything lives on its own. And just don't, even if you get to the point where Justice League is a thing, you're still only going to be doing what Marvel already fucking did.
Yeah.
Phase 5, why are you trying to still get to fucking phase 1? Do your shit. There's two Harley Quinns. There's two whatever. We can grasp that there's 9 Batmans. We can get, you know what I mean? Like
Avengers, the Avengers movie came out. I think it was the 1 year before Dark Knight Rises came out, and so there was like a competition of who was going to make more money, and then almost immediately, they announced the Batman vs Superman movie, and then they announced that it wasn't going to be Christian Bale. My point is like we had like 5 years to get to from these movies starting to release to get to the Avengers film of like set up. Here's this movie 1 year. Another year we're gonna drop this movie. Next year we're gonna drop this movie. But all these movies happening simultaneously. And then DC got greedy. They're like, oh, Batman vs Superman. We're gonna shoehorn Wonder Woman in there. Why are they gonna meet? Why do they trust her? Make them fight. Like, is she with you? I thought she was with you. And it's a cute little scene, but it was
but here's the thing is that I think that DC treated their audience like they were stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or they should have already known. Like, you guys should already know this. Like, we're not going to explain it for you. Like, oh, Marvel ended up going through and you guys saw Uncle Ben die 3 times already. Like, like shit like that. You know what I mean?
That was Sony though, but yeah.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like they probably tied it all together and they saw it that way, and they're just kind of like, well, they're doing it that way. We're going to go ahead and do it this way. Yeah. So,
or H5 Oka. There was no plan for DC at all. It was all about competing with Marvel.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's exactly what we're saying. Like, do the one thing they're not doing and create your own little worlds, and just not try to build a fucking Marvel universe. Just, we can handle 2 Jokers. We can handle fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's that movie and nothing else.
Right.
And then, but I think once things start to work out, you can figure out this Batman goes into that Joker and we will figure it out.
And that's the thing though. That's the thing though, is that they saw what Marvel did, and they're like, well, we're not going to do that because then everyone's going to be like, oh, well, they're just copying Marvel and blah blah blah, this and that. Who the fuck cares? You're making money hand over fist. Like, just fucking do it, man. And it took you guys how long? Over 10 years to realize that, to just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna go ahead and take a page out of Marvel's book. But
they do what Sony does, and like, hey, Spider-Man 2 doesn't work. new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But that's what made fucking Spider-Man 3 work, 2 work,
2
work. But you know what I mean? But that's fixing your problem. It's not, it wasn't even a thing. Like it's fixing, it's almost like I'm making what you did a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to where now Andrew Garfield could show up in future movies. Fucking Tobey Maguire, who was Tobey Maguire that might be Tobey Maguire now, is back to Tobey Maguire because now we could get that one last movie with Tobey Maguire. We can get one whatever. Like exactly what we saw in Spider-Verse. Like the one Spider-Man that's just done with being Spider-Man only has to be Spider-Man one last time. Like we can get everything just its own little world.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, but it's just, it's frustrating to see because DC has so much that they can pull from. They have so much talent that they can go ahead and pull from, and so many stories that they can adapt and turn in that are in some, my honest opinion, sometimes these stories or these things can be better than what Marvel's been putting out, if it's done right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just like, oh, it took you guys how long to go ahead and do this? And now you guys have a 10-year plan? It's like fucking welcome to the party, pal. Like, come on, what the fuck,
Yeah.
Batman was so fucking stressed out that when Bane broke his back, then it became catch all the motherfuckers that got released during the breaking of your back. Like, that's all a fucking storyline. Like, that's all everything. And that got made into Fix Your Back, which, you know what I mean? Like that great ass storyline got made into Fix Your Back. Yeah. But we accepted it because it's, it is what it is. But it's a great fucking story. It's a great, like I'm looking forward to Maximum Carnage, even though Carnage didn't work.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm still willing and ready to see fucking Woody Harrelson do it again. But even though Venom 2 didn't work for some, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess, there's a lot more that's going to end up coming from DC. I mean, hopefully the better. Who knows? They just need to honestly just get their shit together and then go on from there. But we'll see.
Just plant your feet and go. Plant your feet. Nothing is a mistake, and fucking go. Stop going. No, never mind. What we film now is like, okay, that's an Academy Award winning, but that's gonna stay. And then blah blah blah. Like Gal Gadot, like, because you're making us.
Yeah. No, for sure. Absolutely.
Filmed a series of fucking episodes, as well as a movie with fucking Michael Keaton and another movie that might be on the chopping block. That's going to be the thing. That's going to be the new fucking Snyder cut. Like, let us see the movies that you show. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, no, it's fucking dumb. Just let us see it and go like, that didn't count. Ready for this? By you, it's it's that fucking stupid thing where like, hey, I gotta tell you something. Never mind. It burns into your brain like, oh, bro, now you gotta tell me, because like, even if it's like I forgot the milk, like, the more you build it up to be a thing, it's gonna be a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You spent $90 million on a movie and said, nah, I'm cool.
It's a tax write-off. Tax write-off. So I mean, going from DC and their garbage fire of a fucking cinema or universe, the first reviews of House of Dragons came out, and a lot of people are saying it's way better than Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. So Is it too soon to tell? Is it too soon to say something like that? I mean, it comes out August 21st, so we'll see. I mean, the only gripe that I heard was coming from Matt Smith, who is playing one of the main Targaryens. He's a little annoyed about how much sex he's had in the show. So I'm like, okay, so is it just him or is it just like too much, you know? So
Just rubbing it out on the couch.
he might be. I mean, who knows? That's what Targaryens do, right? The whole incest thing. So, hey, did you guys hear that Andor is going to be 12 episodes?
No.
Yeah, I was expecting that thing to be like 6 episodes.
That's what I was thinking.
It's coming out as 12 episodes. And on September 21st, I believe, they're going to go ahead and drop 3 episodes on the 21st.
Is it going to
So
be?
it got pushed back.
Going to be 6, and then in January release the other 6?
Oh no, it's going to go all the way until mid-November.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to go all the way through mid-November. So that's something to look forward to for all the Star Wars fans out there. And then the last thing that I want to go ahead and talk about that I know all 3 of us have seen, and we're going to go ahead and jump into spoiler territory today, is the movie Prey. It is currently on Hulu right now. So if you guys haven't seen it, see it. So if you guys have not seen Prey and you guys want to see it and don't want it to be spoiled, we would rather that you stay so that we spoil it for you. If not, go ahead and jump off, go watch it. It's on Hulu. And it's just one of those things, one of these movies that I was extremely excited for, because the only real Predator movie that I consider an actual Predator movie is the first one. Predator 2 was shit. AVP was also shit. Predators was even worse.
Oh,
Predators was so
Predator
not...
shot Predator. Predator was shot for shot Predator. The way that it was shot for shot Predator, not shot for shot, but like the way that he gets out. Yeah, it was the same thing, and it was again with the Academy Award winning fucking Adrian Brody. Like
it was shit.
That work. Yep.
Fucking garbage. Disgusting. Prey, on the other hand, was amazing.
Yes.
That's a fucking Predator franchise. And my thoughts on it, I think it's really, really cool. Just a real quick synopsis. This is supposed to take place 300 years before the first Predator. It's supposed to take place in the 1700s. And it is a Comanche tribe, or Comanche tribe that is living on the land, and they come across a predator. One of their natives comes across a predator. Huh?
I pause you.
Yeah.
Recommendations: The Little Hours and Black Bear by 4H5 Oka.
Where we're at.
We're at
the
4H.
Little Hours is on Hulu, or at least it was. Audrey Plaza's in it.
By 4H5 Oka.
Okay. Right on. We'll go ahead and check that out.
Good recommendation, Little Hours. Good.
Okay. Very cool. My review for Prey, I'm going to actually give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic. I thought that, and this is the only movie that you can see that is dubbed in Comanche. There are 2 versions of the film. You can either watch in English or you can watch it dubbed in Comanche, which I think is fucking dope. Yeah, I think it's fucking dope. It is a coming of age tale essentially, and it's fantastic. I love how the main character adapts, how she tries to figure it out and solve problems, how she goes from using her tomahawk that her dad gave her, to tying a string around it so that she can catch her prey a lot faster. I think it's so different. It's good. I'm impressed by it. And a lot of people were just like, oh, like, I can't believe that, they were able to go ahead. Cause I've heard a lot of people talk shit about it and they're like, oh, I can't believe, someone that, a Comanche can go ahead and take them out with very little armor. They're supposed to be an advanced tech and all this and that. You gotta understand, this is 300 years before Predator, the first one. Their technology is probably not the same. I mean, when you see the helmet that he's wearing, it shit looks like it's a skull, with the laser tracking on there. And he's not using the shoulder cannon, the plasma shoulder cannon on there. He's got a legit crossbow. It's a crossbow, So yeah, it's insane. I loved it. Luis, what did you think about it?
God, I thought it was done really well. I was very shocked that it was a Hulu original. Like,
right?
I've seen Hulu's had some good documentaries but original content, there hasn't really been anything that I'm just like, fuck yeah, that's a show.
Right.
And this movie, I just thought elevated its brand because now I'm like looking into what else Hulu has. Like,
yeah,
it was done very well. I thought it was very respectful to the franchise, and you got to see that it's hunting the strongest creature on the planet, whether it be a wolf, bear, human, and it flat out explains that he didn't see the girl as a threat.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, I left you alive not because you're a chosen one, not because none of this bullshit. It's you're not threatening to me." And God, just that was good. If I had to rate it, I gave it a high rating as well. I'm closer to an 8 out of 10. But
okay.
I thought it was so good. And someone that's not in the nerd community, my fiance Dana, she was all about it too, and she never saw the original.
Okay,
so that was surprising. I know, it's strange, but she got involved really quickly. She's like, "Can you not see him?" And I'm like, "No, he only has heat vision." Like, and I'm explaining that sort of thing to her. And no, it was fun. You feel the tension too, like when she eats that flower or whatever, and God, so good.
And I think it's dope because like when I was watching it and they first showed the flower, I'm like, that's gonna come into play later. Watch, it's gonna come into play later. It's gonna come into play later. And then sure enough, I'm just like, oh my God.
I didn't think about it then, but then when there was that small scene later, I'm like, oh shit, it can't see him, like because of this. I'm like, the flower, like it was first skills.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. You saw the Easter egg at the end? The pistol?
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Ash? What did you think of it?
And this is coming from me. I expected it to be a little bit bloodier.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff. Like, it's weird, the stuff that they decided to show and the stuff that they didn't show. Like a spike going through somebody's head, but then they didn't show like, killed this guy off to the side.
Yeah.
Where I'm used to Predator, like once you see the fucking triangle, like a head's gonna explode. That's what I'm used to. I just felt it could have been a little bit gorier. Again, that's coming from me, so I understand how weird that is.
So for those of you that don't know, Ash does not like scary. He does not like horror. He does not like gore. So for him to say it could have been gorier, that's saying a lot. I thought it was pretty gory, especially when after he made. Yeah, it was gory enough, especially after he made the kills and ripped out the spinal cord with the skull attached to it. Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Oh, that was fucking cool. Yeah. Yeah, but again, I'm from what I'm used to.
Yeah.
As far as Predator, even after the first one, the story was great. The story was great, and I could have dealt with maybe them dealing in their own language, and I could have dealt with the subtitles. I kind of probably would have preferred that.
Mhm.
The modern English, where it's almost like it's us talking.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh,
That took you out of the movie?
you're willing to accept that it's almost Spanglish because we're accustomed to what we're accustomed to.
Right. Yeah.
And there were some times where it really was Spanglish. Like it was, there wasn't a Native American inflection. There was a Montebello Town Center inflection.
It's fucked up, bro.
The Montebello Town Center is not a fucking race or in anything. There was a not
But you're
dog
saying
and-
it good.
all right, well then I live in the hood, but you know what I'm saying. There
I
was
know.
the way that she was made fun of was
Yeah.
the way that you would make fun of your little sister trying to hang out with the boys.
Oh yeah, of course.
But it wasn't
Authentic.
call it that because anyway, there's a vibe there where the brother really fucking gave up his life to fucking really be big bro, like
Yeah.
up until the end. And that's not taken away from her because I was all about Alien vs Predator as a heroic female. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying
That was a
is like
horrible movie.
all I'm saying is there is the one who is the one that I don't like?
I'm
Luke
right
Cage, Iron Fist,
Yeah.
Jessica. It's not Jessica Lange.
Jessica Jones.
Thank you. The one I don't need your help. Help me. Like it was that vibe. I don't need your help. Fuck all you help me. Like now you're a piece of shit because you're not gonna help me, even though it's 5 episodes of how you're a piece of shit. Like I don't deal well with those kind of fucking situations. Like you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Help me. Like not a piece of shit. Also gonna help you. Also still gonna help you after you called me a piece of shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it gets so fucking
Yeah.
so into what we're supposed to be into, but like
Right.
doesn't feed it well. It doesn't feed what you're trying to do well. I'll fuck myself over. It doesn't feed the feminism part of that well. I know you made the face. It doesn't feed that well. I'm all dude. Gal Gadot is fucking awesome, fucking Wonder Woman. I'm not. I'm just saying, like it doesn't feed that what you're trying to do well. I know. I will shut up.
And we just lost followers.
No, but it does. Look at what we saw.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The way that she got into the searchers and the hunters was the big brother, which it would have been probably, and he still because of the headdressing, which was brought up to me by Melissa. Like she realized, like, oh, he has 2 feathers, he has a whole headdress. Like that was like the whole like, oh, I get it. These guys are only following my little sister because I have 3 or 4 feathers. I also have my, you know what I mean? Like she got the whole fucking headdressing part of it. Like, why are these guys that are making fun of my little sister following this girl?
It's a hierarchy. That's what it is.
Absolutely. Like is so dope. And then the fact that that guy, who I ended up making fun of because that was the one guy that had the whole are you gonna fall asleep right on the show? the he had the Montebello Town Center vibe. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then just he had the way we, instead of saying T, he had the different things that were Spanglish.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what took me out, was kind of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, it was great. I did like, in the end, it wins me over because that's the stuff that made her understand everything, and it became her trying to beat them, but she beat a predator, which was great, but it was like,
Right.
it was a lot
Well,
of there's a lot that had to try to fit into like the male chauvinism to get to predator.
Mm.
Maybe we shouldn't have dealt with, and it was more of the intricacies of like really catching a hunter, like a warthog versus a regular pig. Like,
But that's what they're trying to. That's, at least I feel, that's what they were trying to establish. She was trying to prove a point that she can be a hunter, that she can be a gatherer.
everything. She should not have ran everything. It should have almost been like Monster Inc. Like, every time she runs in, I have to save you from running in. Do you get what I mean? Like, she ran away from everything. There's 3 people that got killed because she ran away. She went in and then ran away, and then other people protected her, and they got killed. All right.
I know, I see what you're saying, but I don't see it that way.
I don't see. It's not a. It's not a that. It's even the guy that was peeing in the grass, like,
Right.
had to get a shank. Like, and that was the guy that saved. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it kind of. She learned her lesson by guys saving her over and over. So maybe with her doing the research and doing everything, like, she could have been a better hero without them trying to shelve.
Right. And that was the whole thing, is that it's a coming age film where she's trying to prove a point that she can be a hunter. And to be quite honest, I think she was a pretty good hunter, when it came down to it, so I don't know. I hope that they continue the franchise, because it seems like this was like more of like a soft reboot, so this looks like it was more of a soft reboot. Plus we got the Xenomorph TV show that's going to be coming out, and a rebooted movie for that. So it's just going to be off the rails once it starts coming back. We could get Redemption, I mean, who knows? They may even call it AVP Redemption. I mean, fucking, so I don't know. We'll see. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight from our respective homes. This is Comix Podcast, episode 91. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Everybody that was on the live on TikTok and on Twitch, we thank you guys so much. We thank your comments. Thank you for all the likes that you guys sent to us on TikTok. We appreciate it. That ends up boosting us so that we get our name out there. So we do appreciate you guys very, very much. Follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram, YouTube. For those of you that jumped in and out of the show, this is going to show up on YouTube, so you guys can go in and catch that. We end up putting highlight clips on our Instagram and our TikTok. If you guys got any questions, or you guys want to debate with us on anything, let us know. Catch the recap of the episode on our YouTube, and debate with us. We love debating. Or if you think that we're 100% wrong, tell us. We don't have feelings. We don't get hurt easily. It's okay. If you want to say fuck you guys suck, that's cool, man. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Here.
And on that note, thank you guys again. I'm Esteban. That's Ash with the thumbs up. That's Luis right there at the bottom. So thank you guys again. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, Comix.
We are everywhere.
Good night, everybody.